Memorial Day is traditionally the start of our summer season, and that means many more people will be enjoying the great outdoors. Representatives from the Desert Conservation Program want to remind everyone to respect nature, the plants and animals that live there, and to leave no trace behind. Desert tortoise number 4274 is soaking up the morning sun, taking a stroll outside of his burrow in search of food, or perhaps he's lumbering around for exercise. The curious critter loves his desert digs a few miles west of Boulder City. The hard-shell reptile and a few of his buddies are equipped with antennas that allow their precise location to be tracked by the Desert Conservation Program.
Right now I think we're sitting at 48 tortoises that we're tracking. We've released upwards of 130 out here. That not all of them were from construction sites.
Scott Cambron is a senior biologist with the DCP, and he keeps tabs on Mr. 4274 and his tortoise pals who live at the Boulder City Conservation Easement. The Desert Conservation Program balances all species protection with human recreation and development.
So a lot of these guys have been either removed from areas where building has occurred, and so we translocate those animals and we make sure that they're, basically reintegrated into the desert tortoise community out here, so that they are safe and we avoid harm that came to them if they were to have stayed in the place where the construction occurred.
These tracks created by careless dirt bikers are off the beaten path and are just a few feet from a desert tortoise's den.
Yeah, if this guy was out hanging out on this trail right here when this guy ran by at who knows what speed, there's a good chance they could have hit him, and so that's a problem.
Nature lovers are reminded to stay on established trails because they are likely to destroy precious plants needed as food for desert tortoises and other animals.
At least one, if not a couple people drove through here on probably a dirt bike, and instead of staying on the trails, they've decided to go through the native desert, and you can see they've destroyed multiple plants along the way, and they've also created a scar now. So this will take, some of these plants, creosote can take 20, 30, 50 years to grow back.
The coronavirus pandemic has many people packing up and enjoying the wilderness and trails. However, a few guidelines should be followed to protect themselves from spreading or getting COVID-19.
There's, some proper hiking and camping etiquette, like, try to keep your distance, give, horses and bikers the right of way, so move off to the side. So you're supposed to give people coming downhill the right of way, so you move off to the side and let them go by. And I think in this type of a scenario where we are dealing with COVID, it's good to just give a wide berth to everyone anyways. When you're hiking in the desert, especially if you're not out wearing a mask, it's best to just try to give walk off the trail for 6 feet to give them enough room so you're not having to deal with those kind of issues as well.
Pandemic or not, these are a few basic rules to respect animals, the terrain, and your fellow lovers of the great outdoors. Pack it in, pack it out. Whatever you take with you onto public land, bring it back home with you too. Leave no trace, stay on the roads, hiking trails, and don't litter. Use off-highway vehicles in designated areas only. Do not remove, pick, or disturb plant life and vegetation. And do not remove, pick up, touch, or disturb wildlife. For more information on how to respect and protect our environment, or even to adopt a tortoise as a pet, go to clarkcountynv.gov and visit the Desert Conservation page.